Let me say this. The moment you stop seeking validation from other people is the moment you start living for yourself. Your worth isn't determined by likes, compliments, or someone else's approval. It's determined by how you see yourself. Today we're talking about how to stop seeking validation from other people, how to stop seeking approval and live your life.
Please let them lose you. Please let yourself feel what is on the other side of FOMO. Let yourself feel what is on the other side of craving their validation. Because once you sit with it for long enough, once you start to fall in love with your own presence, your own silence, your own peace, you are choosing you. When you do that, you are choosing you over the external noise, and you'll realize you were following fleeting states of feeling desired or fleeting states of wanting approval, and none of that leads to real happiness. You were just doing what everyone else was doing mindlessly. But on the other side of that pain, on the other side of that discomfort, you start to find yourself a little bit more. And that's when the real journey begins.
As soon as you understand that all you have to do is focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself, you will be free. You do not have to prove anything to anyone. We were not put on this earth to spend time wondering what others are thinking about us, especially when those people are not seeing all of the things that you are doing to improve yourself. They won't see when you're setting your alarm clock at 6 a.m. They won't see when you're making your bed. They won't see when you're taking your supplements, showing up to work, maintaining relationships. They won't see that. They will only see the surface level. Know who knows? You. You know how hard you are working. You should be so proud of yourself. Putting in the work, even when no one is applauding you, when you're getting no external validation, it is all on you, but you know that it will be worth it. It's not for anyone to notice how far you've come. It's to notice how you feel when you accomplish the things that you say you're going to do. And I know that at the end of the day, all I have to focus on is me and improving me. Everything else will start to click. Do the same and just watch how your entire life will start to change.
Everyone loves the idea of other people being obsessed with them and winning people over, getting so-and-so to like me. Do you even like you? Are you obsessed with you? What matters is how you feel. Your life shouldn't revolve around other people's validation. And of course, validation feels nice for every single human being. That's natural. But you don't need it. If you like your outfit, you like the way you look, that's plenty. If you think you're on the right path, if you're happy with the decisions you're making, if you think you know what you're doing, that is plenty. You don't need other people's validation to keep you going. When you start thinking in ways like, oh, I really want this person to like me, I really want to impress so-and-so, you're being performative and acting like someone that you're not just to get validation that you are good enough. Give yourself that. You easily can. You have every single thing that you need inside. You're also the only person you're stuck with for the rest of your life. Other people's opinions of you, the way they perceive you, shouldn't dictate what you do. Your main obsession in your life should be yourself. Not in a vain way, not being shallow, not being narcissistic. You're still humble and sweet and kind, but you are the center of your life. Okay? Love you.
Not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. You don't need everyone's approval to pursue your dreams. The more you depend on other people's opinion, the less you trust your own and the less you trust yourself. Confidence begins when you start validating your own self first.
If you want to know how to be confident and how to stop looking for validation from others, you need to realize this one thing. When you want other people to tell you that you're doing a good job, that they're proud of you, that you're smart, you're kind, you're beautiful, that is little you, baby you inside, looking for the love and validation that they didn't receive growing up in childhood. Your current conundrum is that if someone else is not telling you that you're doing a good job, if someone else is not telling you that you're pretty, if someone else is not telling you that you're smart, then you start to question your worth. But it's not healthy to constantly base our self-perception on what other people think of us. So what do? Realize that the child inside of you is waiting to be showered with love and affection from you. Maybe you want your parents to tell you that they're proud of you, but they're just not going to do that. What you do is you close your eyes and visualize adult you talking to little you. You're telling her everything she needs to hear in that moment, that you're proud of her, that you believe in her, that you've got her back and you're rooting for her every step of the way. Anytime someone misunderstands you and thinks that you're unkind or not a good person, visualize adult you telling little you how you see her good intentions, you see her heart, you know that she has flaws, but you're proud of how she's working on them. Keep doing this, and that loving voice from within is going to become louder than any external voices. And when that happens, you know you've become a master of self-validation.
You don't need external validation. You don't need anyone to like you. You don't need anyone to approve your ideas. You don't need anyone to be fond of you. You need to start validating yourself in your mind. You need to start giving yourself the reassurance that you keep seeking externally. You need to start being your number one cheerleader. Other people's opinions are so invalid and they just don't matter. Especially because the majority of the people who try to talk you out of your own dreams are the people who have never accomplished those things themselves. So it's kind of like taking directions from a person who just never been to the place that you want to go. So you're going to get fucking lost if you listen to them. Once you start to validate yourself, everyone starts to validate you. Once you start to believe in yourself, love on yourself, everyone starts to believe in you and love on you. Once you start to obsess over yourself, everyone starts to obsess over you because they are yourself pushed out. They are a version of you living in the quantum field. You guys are all interconnected through the law of thought transmission. You don't need to seek anything outside of you. The answers are within. The kingdom of heaven lies within. You create your own luck. So stop waiting on doing that thing that you're really excited about doing simply because somebody else said that's probably not a good idea. They don't know jack shit about you anyway.
5 things you can start doing to get out of the cycle of chasing external validation from someone who struggled with it for years. I stopped the practice of discrediting myself and constantly asking for advice. You will never build trust with yourself if you don't stop asking other people for advice about every little decision in your life. Number 2, I got to know myself so deeply that I can accept myself before asking anybody else to. Who am I when no one else's approval or opinion is involved? Number 3, getting out of my head and taking action. In order to rebuild that trust and that value within yourself, you need to give your brain evidence that you are capable. And the only way to do that is to start moving and taking action and doing so that you can prove to yourself that you are capable. Number 4, I took people off the pedestal. When you don't have a lot of self-esteem, your mind tends to exaggerate people's importance in your life. The only people's opinions that should be holding that much weight in your mind are people who are where you want to be for the purpose of research. Number 5, reparenting myself with the help of my therapist. Someone or something made you reject yourself and made you feel like you had to apologize for taking up space or for having needs. I need you to give yourself the permission to evolve. You are now an adult. You can go get that inner child, teach them a new narrative, and protect them.
Stop shrinking yourself just to fit into spaces you were never meant to stay in. The right people will appreciate you without asking you to change who you are. Seeking constant validation is exhausting and it's draining. So protect your peace at all costs by focusing on your growth instead of chasing acceptance.
According to neuroscience, if you're somebody that seeks external validation, that is because you have an overactive default mode network, and that part of your brain is responsible for self-judgment and rumination. The default mode network kicks in when you're not focused on a task. So you're waiting for them to text you back. You're waiting for that phone call. You're lying in bed, replaying the situation and the text messages, waiting to see if this person's going to choose you or if you're going to be abandoned. And if your sense of self was built around needing that external validation, whether that be from insecurity or childhood, then that network lights up because there is a perceived rejection. And this isn't just emotional, this is actually neurological. Your brain fills that silence with self-doubt. And then when there's no external input, your brain starts to create stories. Did I say too much? Was I too needy? Did I come off too much? And when you're not getting that reassurance, your brain literally goes against you. And it's not about stopping those voices, it's about interrupting the loop. Start to ask yourself, what am I needing right now that I keep hoping somebody else is going to satisfy? And what's true right now, not what I'm scared is going to be true. So just because they didn't text you or respond back doesn't mean that they don't like you anymore. That's your fear. Okay, what am I scared of happening? I'm going to be abandoned or forgotten. So it's not actually about them. It's about your core beliefs being reaffirmed by their silence. Anchor yourself back in your body. I'm here right now. I am validated and I am safe. Your worth isn't up for debate. Until you stop outsourcing it, your nervous system's going to keep playing these stories as if they're fucking true.
The better you are at something, the less compliments you're going to get about it. And if you don't know this, you're constantly going to be shrinking yourself and looking outside of you for validation. This goes for good-looking people. It goes for people with great energy, people who have skills and talents that are exceptional. people will, after a while, no longer compliment you on that, or it'll shrink the amount of times that they do that. And the reason for that is because they assume you know already, and you should know. Also, there are people who don't want to make your head bigger than it is, but overall, it's obvious to everyone, and it should be obvious to you. You should take a look at yourself, try to get outside of yourself and see, what are you good at? What are those things that are exceptional about you that you are constantly questioning, but other people can see as bright as day? You shouldn't need constant validation. That confidence should come from inside of you, because at a certain point, when you get really good at something, people no longer feel the need to comment on it anymore. And so your validation has to come from inside.
How to raise your value internally. Number 1, keep promises to yourself. The fastest way to build self-worth is to become someone you rely on. Every time you follow through on what you said you would do, you build trust with yourself. Number 2, stop seeking validation from other people. Your value shouldn't increase because someone compliments you, or decrease because someone ignores you. The more you validate yourself, the less power other people's opinions have over you. And number 3, invest in becoming, not proving. Read, learn, grow, heal, and develop yourself because you want to become a better version of you, not because you're trying to impress anyone or anything outside of you. Remember, your value isn't something that you earn from other people. It's something that you cultivate within yourself. You are one of a kind. There is no one exactly like you and your precious soul and energy out there. Stay rooted in that and stay grounded in that and really see that. Okay, I love you and I'll see you.
How to stop seeking validation from people who can't give it. If your validation depends on other people, that is a big issue and we need to fix that. So stop trying to heal through the same people that have hurt you. A lot of the time, our validation seeking is extremely subconscious. This is a problem because you are constantly in a cycle of trying to win approval and love from someone who genuinely can't hand that to you. We're going to feel let down and probably even worse anytime you try to get validation from this person. And this actually creates a lot of reliance and dependence for consistent reassurance and validation, which isn't healthy. Become addicted to the possibility of validation, not even the person themselves, but literally just the possibility. You're literally gambling on someone choosing you or picking you, and that is extremely emotionally addictive. You're assigning them authority over to your worth. You're thinking in your head, the second that they validate me is the second I will feel good, or you'll feel secure when they finally decide to step up and choose you. Truth is, you cannot hand your whole entire self-worth to someone else. Never, ever gonna be satisfied if you do this. There is not a soul on earth that sincerely should have the power to have that much of an emotional hold on you. Emotionally unavailable people cannot give consistent validation, and this is what people really do struggle with. You need to stop performing for basic care. Stop trying to be prettier or cooler or match someone's vibe. Match your vibe. Stop trying to be over accommodating, more understanding, just to literally receive the bare minimum. If I could promise you anything, it's that the right person for you will not have to break your back and even try to attempt to be someone else, or to be perfect, or to do anything, or to change yourself, to feel like you have to win this person. Just be yourself, and if that's not enough for someone, bye. You have to literally think that you are the shiz and more. Know what you have to offer. No one is going to take that knowledge from you. You guys are all unique and beautiful and cool and fun and awesome. You should not have to change yourself or shrink yourself to make someone choose you or want you. Start feeding yourself that validation because you can. I promise. Love you guys beyond words. Hope this helps. Bye.
Okay, we're getting ready. We're going to talk about how to stop tying your self-worth to external validation. If you're someone that you struggle with tying your self-worth to like validation from men or other people or what they think about you, this video is definitely for you. The first thing is recognize that when your self-worth is completely based off of validation from other people, just as much as they can build you up with compliments, they can also tear you down just as quick. Your self-worth is then literally completely unstable because it's all based off of how other people are viewing you, praising you, or responding to you at the time. Number 2 is work to spend more time with yourself and become extremely concrete in your self-identity. The more connected you are to yourself, the less other people's opinions and perspectives of you hold weight in your eyes. Basically, when you know yourself well and you're connected to yourself, you'll think, I don't care what you think of me because I know myself, I know my intentions, and I know my character, and I know who I am. When you rely on validation from others, you'll think, why do they view me like that? Is there something wrong with me? Is this a character flaw? Why don't they like me? Like, what? Rather than just being like, okay, whatever, you're just projecting onto me, bye bitch. You'll feel like pressed about it. The next one is make sure when you're getting dressed, doing your makeup, putting yourself together, that you're choosing things that you like and that are for you, that you're not doing it for anybody but yourself. I feel like when I was in college, when I would get dressed, I would think like, okay, what's gonna get me the most male attention, or like what's gonna like be on the vibe that all these other girls are on, or just what is the look. And I was considering a lot of other people's opinions when getting dressed and putting myself together. Now when I get dressed, I'm like, okay, what makes me feel good in my skin? Like, what makes me feel good about myself right now? I put myself together for myself, not for anyone else. Even if someone else is like, oh, I'm not feeling that eye makeup look, I'm like, well, I am, and I don't really give a fuck what you're feeling. The next thing is carry yourself in a way that makes you proud of who you are and comfortable in your own skin. For me, a lot of my self-worth is tied to the way that I carry myself because that's an internal factor. That's something that no one can take away from me. And by that, I mean like the way I care for my body, the way I care for my mind, the way I treat my loved ones. A lot of my self-worth is tied to those things because they're in my control. My self-worth is not determined by validation from internet trolls online, or validation from my boyfriend, or validation from my family members, or like other women around me. It's just not. And if it was, that probably wouldn't be great because I'm someone that like I post my life online, so obviously I face a lot of internet trolls and like random people talking about me and stuff. So if my self-worth was all determined on the things that they were saying about me, I probably wouldn't have a lot of self-worth or a very good like perception of myself. That's why you can't have the way you view yourself be in anybody's hands but your own. The next thing is know when I say external validation, I'm talking about anything that's outside of you, not just strangers or random people online or whatever. I'm talking about literally everything down to your family, friends, and your romantic partner. I feel like the people close to us are often the ones that we look at to validate us the most, and it's really important to stop looking at them and start looking at yourself. You really need to focus on how you feel morally and intuitively, and I'm going to give you guys some examples. For example, if my sister says, hey, I don't like your outfit, I think it's really ugly, I won't care and I'm still going to feel confident in my outfit and good about it because my self-worth is tied to how I feel. And if I feel confident in the outfit, I don't really care how she views it. Versus if I was insecure, my confidence and self-worth was tied to how other people viewed me, then I would feel insecure in the outfit all of a sudden and want to go. Your self-worth has to come from within, and it can't be coming from anything that's out of your control. That is the number one thing. And by out of your control, I mean AKA other people and their opinions. You cannot control how other people perceive you, so you have to let go of it. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you if you're someone that you're trying to reframe your relationship with yourself. I have to go get dressed. I'm in a rush.
Your life becomes much lighter when you realize you have nothing to prove. Let your actions, character, and results speak louder than your need for approval. The happiest people aren't the ones who everyone approves of. They're the ones who approve of themselves. Stop seeking permission to be yourself. Trust your journey. Let your confidence come from within. If you've made it to this end of this video, do well to like, subscribe, share to your friends. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.